Hi, welcome to Paranormal Kativity. I am going to be discussing something a little weird today. Ghost cats. I know that sounds totally nuts, but I actually know of a few instances where I feel like that's a thing, so I'm gonna share them with you. A while back, Alex and I lived in this little bitty tiny white house on the, kind of other side of town, but we don't live that far from it. And whenever we'd be hanging out in the house, I would always see something cat-sized out of the corner of my eye walking around the house. To what I understand, there were not animals allowed to live in this house before this, and I had never seen ghost animals ever up until this house. And they'd just be walking around, usually in my kitchen, and the way our living room was set up, it'd be in my peripherals on my right, and sometimes it'd be in the living room or the corner of a room, but I would just see it briefly out of the corner of my eye, and it wasn't like a physical cat, but the shape and size and feeling that I got from it was that it was a cat, as weird as that is. The only other time I've ever heard anybody talk about this is I've worked at this amazing place that I'm not going to disclose because I want to keep it private, but it's in an old historical building in downtown of where I live, and there was an instance where one of my friends who is intuitive perceived that there was a ghost cat in this it's kind of an attic, but not really. Like, there's a closet with a landing and then another set of stairs that goes up and around, and there's a little landing up there that they do storage in. And the person that I was working for, I wasn't there at the time, I've heard this story though, was going down the stairs and felt pushed and fell and actually had some injuries, and it was awful. They were okay. They were freaked out by it because this old historical building has a lot of haunts. The mutual friend that we have that's kind of intuitive perceived that it was a ghost cat. I was working and I was in that closet space, not upstairs, but in that closet space with another person, and they kept hearing this sound that sounded like scratching and a bouncing ball at the same time. And it just kept going up and down the stairs, and they were sitting in that little landing area like, what's going on? And they brought their friend in, their friend couldn't hear it. So they went and got me, and I was hearing it just plain as day, same as them. We had already heard about the ghost cat, so we kind of talked to it, and anytime I've gone in there since then, I'm like, hey, ghosty. Anytime I would talk, it would stop. And then when the other person would talk, it would go again. So I think it freaked it out by being so like, hey, hi, what's going on? Like in Superstar, if you've ever seen the movie Superstar, and she's talking to the girl in special ed with her, and she's like, your intense energy is just a little bit bombarding. Like, I felt like that's how I was coming across. Have any of you seen disembodied animals? I feel like I know I told the story about the ghost dog that my grandma saw a while back, so I guess it's not that weird, but for me it was kind of weird. Like, I don't know. Please tell me if you guys have seen it too, so I don't feel like a total loon. And I will talk to you again very soon. Have a marvelous rest of your day, night, week, whatevs, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!